Hey guys, it's Curlytashh. Welcome back to my channel. If you want to see how I achieved this soft glam everyday look, then just keep watching. Okay, so jumping right into this video, I have a fresh face. I've already moisturized and all of that good stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit more just for my primer because I don't have any primer as of right now. But I'm just going to massage this all over my face and down my neck as well. Now we are prepped and ready. Now moving on to the eyebrows. So I'm just gonna be taking a spoolie and I'm going to be brushing my hairs up, okay? So make sure you brush them up because you want them to look nice and neat when we apply the next step. And I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Ebony. I'm just going to start from the middle of my brow and I'm going to draw the tail. This is a new technique that I've been using and I actually like how my brows have been coming out. So I just really lightly fade the dip brow pomade to the front because I don't want it to look very harsh on the front. And then now I'm just going to align the top part of my brow, only starting where my brow is the darkest. And then I just connect it and fill in lightly with the extra product that is still on the brush so I don't have that dark brow look because it's 2020, y'all, and your girl is trying to step up her brow game, okay? So I'm basically doing the exact same thing on the next brow. Okay, so now that we have the brows filled in and all that good stuff, I'm going to just brush them out, blend them out, you know, just trying to get all of the product evenly distributed so it looks nice and neat. Now moving on to concealer. Now I'm going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade 25 Medium, and I'm just going to put it on my hand. This just is much easier for me. And I'm just going to take a brush that I flattened out to actually become my brow brush, and it works really good. So I'm going to dip it on my hand, and I'm just going to line my brows, you guys. Now, a tip that I have also figured out, do not put the concealer as close to the brow as you can because that makes you take off way too much of your brow. So make sure you put the concealer a little bit below your brow and just work your way to outlining it. And I'm going to be doing the exact same thing to the other brow. And now we're going to outline the top, you guys. And the same rules apply to the top of the brow as well. You do not want to put the concealer as close to the brow as you can because you don't want to take off too much. So always apply the concealer a little bit above your brow and then just work its way down. Prime example right here. I put the concealer way too close to my brow, so it was way too easy for me to take the brow off. So I'm gonna have to go in and fix that, but that's no biggie. All you have to do is just put more pomade and just conceal the proper way. As you can see right here, I am adding a little bit more pomade to the top of my brow. That's because I applied too much concealer. So now I'm going to just blend out the concealer after we fixed that little critique, and I'm just going to blend the brow concealer out. And now I'm going to move on to my Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Concealer. This is for normal to oily skin. This is actually a really good foundation, you guys, but for this video I did have to build up the foundation to have that coverage. That's the only thing I don't like. But other than that, this foundation is very affordable, it's nice, it does the job. So now I'm just going to be taking my Mario Badescu aloe cucumber and green tea spray, and I'm just going to dampen my beauty blender, and I'm just going to beat my face, you guys. And right here, as you can see, I am applying more foundation just to build up the coverage. Now I'm going to be taking the same concealer I used for my brows, and I'm just going to highlight underneath my eyes, and I'm going to highlight my forehead, a little strip of my nose, and my chin. And I'm going to wet my beauty blender again with my Mario Badescu spray, and now I'm just going to blend this out. Next, I'm going to be using my Wet n Wild contour palette. I've had this for a minute, but it does do the job. And it is very pigmented, you guys, so you really want to dust off the excess powder. And now I'm just going to be contouring. So I do circular motions, and I also do like this really weird fishy face so I can see my cheekbones or create my cheekbones, whichever. But this actually is a really good tip to do if you have a hard time trying to figure out where you should contour. And I do the same exact thing on the other side. If you want your jawline to really pop, make sure you contour, okay? Like, this is a trick that I use, and it is so, like, you can already tell, like, my jawline already looks snatched. And now to contour the nose, I'm just going to be taking the same contour palette, and I'm just going to contour my nose. And I like to drag it all the way to my brow bone and my eyelid, just to give it like a definition. You can see right here, but a really cool tip also. And now I'm just taking a clean brush and I'm just buffing this out. And now I'm just applying a little bit of concealer to my nose just to highlight. And this is also a really cool tip that I have, you guys. I got this cheap beauty blender, and it's the perfect width for a good nose highlight. So all I do is I just use the outer perimeter of the sponge to blend in the highlight. So it's a really good hack, and you will see how, see, look at that, it's so nice and neat, and it's like the perfect width. And I just take my other beauty blender to clean it up. Perfect. It just works really good. Now I'm going to be using my Airspun powder. This is in the shade Translucent, and I'm just going to dump some into the lid. This stuff is so messy, but I like to just take my beauty blender, and the same rules apply. Make sure you dust off the excess at first, because you want to apply a thin layer at first. You don't want to go crazy. And just make sure you line where you contoured, so your nose will look snatched, of course. And then, of course, drag the rest of the product underneath your eyes to bake or set. And yeah, gonna bake under our eyes, our chin, our forehead, and we are going to make sure that our contour on our cheek is super snatched. right here I'm just making sure that I'm making it pretty even because I don't want one side to be higher than the other. So I'm just trying to critique it, and that looks good. So yeah, let's move on to brushing this off. So now I'm just going to be taking a regular brush. I did not let this sit for long at all because I don't want any flashback. I don't want it to look patchy, not patchy, but I don't want it to look like chalky. So I didn't leave it on long at all. Next, I'm using my Truth or Bare palette. So I'm just going to be using this light brown shade for my base color, and I'm just going to apply this all over my lid. And now I'm going to be taking this really cute red pink color, and I'm going to be applying it to my crease, and I'm just going to be blending that into the color we used prior. Now I'm going to be cutting my crease. I didn't care if it was neat because I'm just going to be adding a shimmer shade. I actually just applied both of the colors that I used on my lid to clean up the concealer that may have gotten where it didn't need to be. So now I'm just going to be taking this gold shimmer shade and I'm going to apply it all over my lid. I use my fingers for this part because it's easier to pack on the glitter for me rather than using a brush. And now I'm just going to be taking the same colors and I'm going to be cleaning it up once again just to make it look clean. And now time to dust off the powder. The reason why I left the powder on was so that any eyeshadow fallout that comes, it falls to the powder and I just wipe it off. So now I'm going to be using a mascara. You can use any mascara you want, but I just use this Mega Plush mascara. And now I'm just going to be using a brown eyeliner pencil to line the bottom of my eyes. And this just really makes my eyes pop out with that dramatic look. And I'm going to be using the Mario Badescu spray once again to set my face. Now I'm going to be taking this Stella highlighter to highlight, and I'm just going to highlight on my nose, the bridge of my nose, and my eyebrows and my Cupid's bow. And I'm going to be taking the same eye pencil that I used to do my eyes, and I'm just going to outline my lips. And then I'm also going to color in the outer parts of my lip just to give it that ombre effect. And then I'm just going to like blend it in with my finger just to smooth it out. So now I'm just going to be taking a gloss, and this is just the Wet n Wild lip gloss. I think this is like $2, but it works really good. And yeah, it just kind of put the whole look together. I love me a good lip gloss. And yeah. And now I'm just taking my stipple brush. I have never done this before, but I did it today. And I actually really liked how the highlight came out. It came out really, sharp on there. I liked it. So I'm just applying this highlight all over where I would normally put my highlight. So now I'm actually taking that same red that I used for my eyes, and I'm using it as a blush. I randomly thought about this, but it worked out really good. Like, I really like the results. So eyeshadow for blush, I mean, that can work. There you go. Now you can really see it packing on there. So cute. Like, how creative. And yeah, guys, so that is it for today's look. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please do not forget to smash that like button and smash that subscribe button to join the family. I love you all so much. Stay tuned for other videos and let me know what other videos y'all want from me, because you know I'm gonna get it done. Okay, so I love you all so much. Bye, guys.